People always wonder why I say that only women are hypergamous and men because we have different mating strategies, right? So people confuse optimization with hypergamy. Both men and women optimize, meaning they want the best they can get. This is just a human trait, right? We want the big apple, not the scrawny worm-eaten apple, because that one provides more sustenance, right? Meaning they want the best they can get of anything and everything. Men and women optimize everything: jobs, cars, houses, furniture, friends, even churches. Men and women optimize with each other, but men and women optimize with the opposite sex in different ways. And that's where the confusion comes in. So when you hear people say, well, men are hypergamous too, don't they just want to get with the hot piece of ass? Well, yes, but let's continue. Hypergamy in its current iteration in the manosphere means essentially this: is attracted only to people who are more attractive than I am. Okay, that's the attraction floor. Okay. Women will be sexually attracted to men who they perceive as above them in attractiveness. They will be somewhat attracted to men who are at their rough sexual market value level. But that man must bring other things to the table, usually provisioning and commitment, before she will have sex with him. And women are never ever sexually attracted to men who are perceived as beneath their sexual market value. That's why women are hypergamous and men are not. Okay. Now you say, well, men want to get with the best of the best. They do, but we're way more opportunistic. Okay. So here's the example. A woman with a sexual market value, let's just call her, she's a 7, right? Will be sexually attracted to males with a sexual market value of an 8 or above. She will pair with a man who is a 7 if and only if he brings other things to the table. She will never be sexually attracted to a male 6 on down. And she will be able to easily get sex with men above her sexual, and she will be able to easily get sex with men above her in sexual market value. She can occasionally get relationships with men who are 8s. She can easily get in relationships and sex with a male who is a 7. Male 6s on down are her orbiters, with whom she'll never have sex. When we asked the question on Access Vegas about I think one of the questions was ladies, did you go to Walgreens lately, or have you been to CVS? Like, did you notice the guy who was stocking the shelves? He's the 5'6" Filipino guy who's working his way through college. Did you notice that guy? And like, women like, no. I go, yeah, because he's sexually invisible. They don't even. I would argue that because remember, this was written back in 2017. I would argue that the guys who are the orbiters, if they're 6s, maybe. I would say women probably have more 7s as orbiters than 6s, but 6s on down are the invisibles. They're beneath notice. And I think that's important because that also illustrates and describes hypergamy in women, in that it's not even that. It's like she won't have anything to do with those guys who are beneath her, or perceived to be beneath her in sexual market value. Because having sex with them is like, that doesn't even enter the equation. But the reason it doesn't enter the equation is because they don't enter her notice. Okay, let's see. Okay, and then continuing here. Men do not operate like this at all. And that's the difference. Men are not attracted to women who are above them, or not only attracted to women who are above them in SMV. A man can and often is attracted to women who above him in SMV, and to women at his SMV, and also to women below him in SMV. What is sexual market value is SMV. Okay. What is also different is that the level of women he can get and how well his relationships will work out is based on his and her sexual market value. The difference, the ratio. I have another whole nother article, actually several articles on SMV ratios between men and women, informing attachments, like for like emotional attachments at different SMV levels. A man will be unable to continue a relationship with a woman above his SMV. He is very sexually attracted to them and occasionally lucks out and gets sex with one or two, but he can't sustain a relationship with them. He can get sex from women at his own, at parallel, at his parity, at his sexual market value level, but only if he goes all in and offers commitment plus value added, right? He can most easily get sex with women below him in sexual market value. Many times, no strings attached sex. Okay. So you want to know where your fuck buddies come from? It's the girl who perceives herself, or he perceives her, as being one step below him or beneath him in sexual market value. Example: a male 6 will rarely get with a 7, but can't keep anything going with her. He will rarely. He's not even on the radar of a female 8. Or 8s on up. Okay. He can get sex with a female 6 if he offers commitment and provisioning. He can most easily get with women, with women 5s and on down. Okay. And here's the grand difference. This is why here's the crux of this. A man is okay with having sex with women at and below his own sexual market value. In fact, he'll be the happiest in his relationships with women who are just beneath his sexual market value. A woman is meh about sex with men at her sexual market value, and she is positively repulsed and sickened at having sex with men below her sexual market value. She'll be happiest in relationships with a man above her own. And remember, this is perceptual. I'll circle back around to this. This is her perception of her own sexual market value versus the guy that she's with. You want to know why you see guys who are with women who are just stunning, stunners, right? And you look at the guy and you go, what the fuck is he doing? How did this happen, right? There's something that offsets that deficit, but that deficit is defined by how she perceives herself, her own self-estimate, her own self-worth, her own self-esteem, her own perspective of her own hotness versus the guy that she's with. Like if the guy, like realistically, we say, God, how'd she get with that guy? That guy's a 6 and she's an 8. But if she perceptually sees herself as a 5, that's how the 6 gets with the 8. So bear that in mind. It's perceptual. Okay. So she'll be happiest in a relationship with a man above her own sexual market value, and she can tolerate a man at her sexual market value. And she'll be miserable at best with a man beneath her in sexual market value, and will tend to blow up those relationships. Men and women both have attraction floors. Men's attraction floor is below their own SMV. Women's attraction floor is either above her own SMV and sometimes at her own SMV, but it is never beneath it. That is why only women are hypergamous. Can we get that through our heads now?